Good morning. We are here for day 3 of the Impactful Coach Experience. I have been loving this journey so far with you. I've been absolutely loving all of the tasks that you've been sharing in the group, reading through that, seeing your responses. It's absolutely blowing my mind. So I hope that you're enjoying this. We've got 3 days left. So we're here tomorrow, Thursday, Friday, and then we still have our masterclass on Tuesday. So we're not even halfway there yet. We have got so much more to come. And today I have got a juicy day lined up for you. So as you're joining me live, say hello. Let me see who's here. Good morning. No, actually, I went to the dentist yesterday and he's managed to temporarily sort my tooth out. So actually, it's feeling a little bit better today. Thank you, Leanne. I appreciate that. Who else is here? As you're hopping on, say good morning so that I can see you. We are here for day 3 live. As usual, if you're catching the replay, I want to say well done. Incredible job catching up. As usual, go through it as if you're live. Those of you who are managing to join me live for day 3, I just want to say a huge well done. So congratulations. It's brilliant to see you here. I can't wait to dive into all of this. We have got a super powerful day lined up. It's an interesting one today. It's an incredibly important conversation that we're going to have. It is one thing that most people are missing that stops them from building the business of their dreams. But it can also be a little bit triggering because we don't always want to look at ourselves and see some of the bits that aren't right. And so there's going to be it's a two-sided coin today, I've got to say. It's going to be super powerful for you. It's really going to give you some insight into yourself and into what you can really begin shifting to build a really abundant coaching business. It's also going to be really important because it's going to make a difference with how you work with your clients and the kind of responses and the kind of results your clients get too. So I'm super excited to dive into this. I do think you're going to absolutely love it. I definitely know you're going to find this conversation super valuable. As usual, you'll have a workbook that I share with you after today's session. Today's a little bit simpler. It's a little bit of an easier workbook. So today is a little bit more of a like, oh, okay. I don't know what that means. It means an easier day. It means it's going to be a little bit of an easier day in terms of the workbook. So today we are diving into what makes you magnetic as a coach and able to attract all the high-end clients you desire. What makes you magnetic as a coach and able to attract all the high-end clients that you desire, because this is one of the issues that people have, right? You desire to train as a coach, you train as a coach, perhaps you haven't even done that yet, but it might already be on your mind. Hang on a minute. How do I actually begin attracting clients? How do I make sure that I'm not one of the broke coaches? How do I make sure that I'm feeling abundant in my coaching business, that I'm attracting the clients that I love to work with, that I wake up feeling excited each and every day, and that I can receive richly for the work that I do, so I get to live my dream life as I'm supporting others in living theirs. So today we're going to dive into the one thing that can make all the difference to your magnetism as a coach, and it might or might not be what you expect. Good morning. Good morning. Thank you, everyone. So quick bit of housekeeping as usual before we dive in. Yesterday I shared the link to the masterclass. So did you see that? I shared it in the email. I think it also dropped here into the group. So the link is now live for you to register for the free masterclass. It's happening Tuesday, 10:30. It's going to be the icing on the cake. We're really going to be talking about actually building the coaching business and what it takes to build a really abundant, thriving coaching business. So we're going to take everything that we've done this week and it's going to be the icing on top of the cake. You will only receive a replay to that if you sign up. So if you haven't signed up yet, make sure you do, because the spaces are limited. There's only 100 spaces on that masterclass. So that's the first thing I want to share with you. If you haven't seen the link for the masterclass yet, don't panic. I'll be emailing it out again today and we'll be sharing it again in the group. So you've got time, just make sure that you do it because you don't want to miss this. Second thing, as you know, we're running the competition. So if you haven't yet given today's a little love heart, I would appreciate it if you do. It looks like the algorithms are being a bit slower today for me and not getting things out there. So if you could give today's video a little love heart, I would really appreciate that. If you could say hello to me in the comments, I would really appreciate that. And of course, the third thing, which is a bit that really matters around being in the competition, is doing the daily task and sharing it in the group. Who did yesterday's task? You're not receiving the emails, you've checked junk. Okay, so what I'd like you to do, if that's the case, you can email hello@sheimpactstheworld.com and I'll get my team to see what's going on for you. We'll check that you're actually in the system and have a little look at what's happening. Usually it's just that it's going into your junk folder. But if there is a problem, we'll have a look, we'll get it sorted for you and try and make sure that you're receiving all of that, because obviously it's super important. So tell me, how did you get on with yesterday's task? Okay, it was quite a big one. It might have taken you a little bit of time. It will have definitely got you thinking, but how did you find it? Did it feel like a breeze? Did it feel exciting? Did it feel like a bit of a struggle? How did you find really tapping into your area of expertise, really unleashing your magic? How did you find going through that and writing down in those different little comments to find in the middle, the magic middle, your zone of genius? Now, this is something that we can do so much more around, but this is the first step. It's your first step around clarity, first step around confidence, to how you position yourself powerfully as a coach, how you bring in your your natural gifts, the things that you're passionate about, the biggest life lessons, all the learning that you've done, and you bring this into building the coaching business that really lights you up and really allows you to work in a way that sets you free. It allows you to grow and evolve, and for your coaching practice to grow and evolve with you. So it stops us from having to put ourselves in a box, but it also stops us from being like too undefined and just generic life coaches. So these are the things that can make all the difference. Obviously, there's so much more that we can do around this, but I hope that it took you at least one step forward, being a bit clearer around how you can start positioning yourself as a coach, the kind of work you can do as a coach, and how you don't have to niche yourself down, but these are the areas, and that magic middle piece, like that's the area of your expertise. That's your zone of genius. That is your magic that you can personally bring to the coaching space, that is going to be like unlike. Come on, Claire. That is going to be unlike anyone else out there, because nobody else is you. Nobody else has had your life experience. Nobody else has been on your journey. So this is where you matter as a coach. And there are dream clients out there that are waiting for you, waiting for your unique, beautiful combination of passion and purpose and life lessons and wisdom that you bring to the table in your own unique, beautiful way. So it's such a powerful piece, and it will make such a big difference to how successful you become as a coach in your own way, utilizing your own magic. It felt really empowering to do the exercises. Beautiful is aligned to all of me. Absolutely gorgeous. I finally felt less out at sea about defining my niche. Yes, that's beautiful to hear. I personally felt a little limited to only stick to my past stories. With other questions, it's fine, but I want to move forwards from the past. Well, it's not about your past stories though, right? It's about bringing in all of the life lessons that you've been through, as well as your passions and the things that you've learned about. This is about like the whole of you. So it's definitely not limiting you to your past stories and to your past learnings. This is about what are you passionate about? What lights you up? What do you love doing? Like, this is what you build your coaching business around, the things that you could talk about all day, every day, because you love it so much. So your life lessons are only one part of that. And remember, it's not the things that you went through, it's those key learnings that you embodied as part of this journey. So that's really key. It's not about the actual lessons, the actual events that you might have been through in life. It's about how you grew through that and have become the person that you are today, because that is incredibly empowering, and that does define you in certain ways. You will have strengths within you that other people do not have because of your unique journey, whatever that journey looked like. And that is part of what moves us forwards and makes us really impactful coaches. So it's definitely not just about past events. It's about all the pieces of you that really make that core of you, that means that you know what you love to talk about, you know the value that you bring to the table, you know what you can share, what you have knowledge about. Like, it's mind-blowing and it's super, super powerful. So we obviously dived into all of that, and I hope that you all feel a little bit clearer around it. And remember, the mantra is done is better than perfect. So how many people haven't quite done yesterday's task yet? Who hasn't quite done it? If you haven't, don't panic, by the way. So if you haven't, there's still plenty of time to do it. But remember, don't get into perfection mode around it. We just want to give it a go, put those first steps in place and move forwards a little bit. You could always come back to this next week, the week after, to gain even more clarity, right? So if you haven't done it yet, do not panic. There's still plenty of time. Don't fall into perfectionism. Done is better than perfect. You've done some of it, but not all of it. No problem. You can obviously come back to this. You've booked time to do it after this session. Awesome. Brilliant to hear. Okay, beautiful. So I've shared the masterclass, competition, workbooks. So we were having a little bit of an issue with the workbooks loading. I've shared today's workbook in a different folder. I've uploaded it to Dropbox rather than to the website where it was. So I'm hoping that might also make downloading today's workbook a little bit easier for you. As usual, I'm going to share the workbook at the end of the session so we can go through it together, and then you can download it yourself and answer the questions. Okay. Aha. This is a drum roll, in case you wondered, because the other thing that I have to share with you today is a very special announcement. I've been waiting, I was like ready 10 minutes early for today's call. I was just waiting, sitting here, because I am absolutely exploding to share this with you. Today, I am opening the doors to a very special experience, a very special program. I honestly believe that this is the most powerful thing that I have ever created. I've had one incredible group of women go through this experience with me. We did it last year, so I've done it once already, and it was through the roof. It was so powerful. It was so connected. It was so transformative. It absolutely blew me away. The women in the group, like, just the whole thing was so next level and so incredible. And today is the day that I am reopening the doors to that. This is an opportunity that I only offer once per year. This is an opportunity that, if you know you are ready to step into coaching in a bigger way, whether you're brand new or whether you've been coaching for a while, but you know that there is so much more available. You want to really become an impactful coach. You want to really receive richly for the work you do. You want to work with dream clients. You want to feel in flow. You want to feel that confidence. You want to bring all of yourself to the table. You don't want to put yourself in a little box. You want to set yourself free. You want to walk your talk. You want to be the living embodiment of this. You want to create your dream life while you support others create theirs. This is the program. It is called the Impactful Coach Program. You would never have guessed that, hey? And it is a 4-month deep dive, truly transformative program that's going to step you into being an impactful coach. We literally cover it all. Yes, we cover the tools of coaching. You're going to have a big tool bag so filled with things that you can bring to each and every one of your coaching sessions. But we do so much more than that. We really look at what it means to embody that coach mentality, how you live the life yourself so that you inspire others to join you and be part of your world, how you build a truly abundant coaching business, how you attract high-end clients so that you're not just struggling to sign up £50 an hour clients and searching for the next and the next and the next. How do you really build a life, you being the embodiment of the impactful coach? This is the program that's going to do this. It is so much support, so much training, such an incredible container that the results you're going to see in your own life are going to be, they're going to leap you forwards. In this program, it's not just what you're going to learn. It's also who you're going to become. because every single week in this program, you get coached. Not only are you learning kind of the next step every single week, not only are you doing the work yourself, not only are you actually coaching people every single week to grow your own coaching confidence, to grow your own coaching blueprint, to really figure out what you want your coaching practice to look like, but you get coached every single week. So you go through this whole transformation yourself and emerge really able and having a beautiful, abundant coaching business. So I'm going to share the details of this at the end of today's session, because we've got a super powerful session that I want to take you through. As you can see, I could actually talk all day about this program because I am in love with it. I think it is incredible. I think it's a program that every single person who desires to be a coach should be doing, because it's going to transform your life. It's going to transform your coaching practice, and it's going to transform the way that you work with clients so that you can create exponential results, so that you can feel incredibly confident about your coaching, so that people rave about you, and so that it actually becomes so easy to build an abundant coaching business. Now, just before I dive into today's content, there's a couple of things that you need to know, because this is important. Right now, as I open these doors today, there are special bonuses available. There is not just fast action, but fast action and early bird. So if you're ready to jump right in, if you know that you want to do this, if deep down in your soul, you're like, oh my God, yes, then those of you who can say yes and join me before Friday get fast action and early bird. But I'm going to throw in 2 more extra special things. So I'm also, for those of you who join me before the end of the day Friday, you're also going to get an in-person day with me. We're going to gather together. We're going to celebrate. We're going to go deep. We're going to do hands-on coaching. We're going to have a really transformative in-person day as an extra bonus as part of the program. And those of you who join me within the next 24 hours are also going to get a bonus one-to-one coaching session with me. Now, the bonuses that you get and the special discounts and all of the things that are available right now in this program are worth thousands of pounds. A one-to-one with me is worth £1,000 for a 45-minute session. The in-person day is worth £2,000 in itself. So already the bonuses are making sense in terms of the program. It's an investment, but I believe it is the best investment you are ever going to make, or at least one of the best investments you're ever going to make. So I'm going to share more about that opportunity at the end of today's session, because I am really passionate about this program. It is just the last time that I ran it, the first time and the last time that I ran it blew my mind. I think there's some women here who have been through the program, and it's just like it's next level. It's beyond next level. But I'll tell you about it at the end. Stop, Claire. Let me tell you about it at the end. So today, are we ready to dive into this? Julie, are you doing the weekly coaching, or will it be with other coaches? This program, this time, I'm delivering all of it, Julie. So it's absolutely 100% me. Last time I ran it, I said it was only going to be the first time that I delivered all of it myself, and that it was going to change the second time. But actually, I loved it so much. It was so powerful. It was so incredible. Like I am 100% here leading this program fully. That might change next time. But yeah, 100% me. The training, the coaching, all the things. It's absolutely magical. Right. So today, because I haven't even told you what we're doing yet today, you don't even know what the one thing is, right? So I said, what makes you magnetic as a coach and able to attract all the high-end clients you desire? So what is it? Because I haven't even told you. Who knows what it is? Who can guess? It starts at the end of this month, beginning of next month. It's going to be the very beginning of October that we begin. Is it a recognized certification? You do get a certification. So if you do the tasks, if you show that you've done the actual coaching, if you go through all the criteria, you get an impactful coach certificate so that you can show that. There is no such thing. We actually haven't talked about this I'm sorry, I'm going off track. Let me just share this briefly, and then we'll get into it. In the coaching world, this is probably something that you all need to know about. In the coaching world, there is no such thing as a recognized certification. There is not a certification that you need to be a coach. Anyone can call themselves a coach. And there are many, many different coach programs out there that will train you to be a coach, but there is no one that you have to have. There is no kind of one recognized program that says, I am officially a coach because I have done this program here. So when it comes to coaching, firstly, anyone can call themselves a coach, but I believe it's about going on a coaching journey that really suits you, your needs, and the way that you want to coach. In my own journey, I did so many different coach programs. Some of them really, were really valuable. Some of them were not, because they were all about following the rules and doing it in a certain way. And that's one of the reasons why I wanted to create this program. I wanted to create a program that doesn't put you in a box, that doesn't make you play by rules, but instead allows you really to create exponential results for yourself and for your clients. I really believe that the way that we change the world is by embracing all of the parts of us. It's about setting ourselves free with the way that we help and serve. But within that, there's an artistry, right? And there's skills within that. So I want to teach you all of those skills, and I want to give you all of those tools. And I want to really help you master the art of coaching impactfully, where you bring all of yourself to the table, because I believe that that's the game changer. That's the new paradigm of coaching. That is the coaching that is creating next level coaches who really can live in abundance rather than struggling and searching for low paying clients. So take 3. This time I'm going to actually get into the content this time. So what makes you magnetic as a coach and able to attract all the high-end clients you desire? The secret between the broke coaches and the coaches able to charge 5K, 10K, 20K, 50K, 100K for their coaching. It's not your experience as a coach. It's not how good you are as a coach quite often. It's not the area of expertise or the niche that you might be in. What it actually is self-leadership. The thing that puts certain coaches head and shoulders above the rest is the ability to lead oneself. Why is this so important? Why is this so magnetic? Why does this literally separate the struggling from those building abundant businesses? Because people feel it. When you learn to lead yourself, other people will choose to follow. Self-leadership is one of the things that is lacking so hugely in this world. And yet self-leadership is literally the secret to building your best life. It's the secret to building a purposeful life. It's the secret to living in abundance. It's the secret to really embodying and experiencing all that this life has to offer. And yet it is so lacking. So when you when you find someone who leads themselves, you find yourself attracted to that person. You find yourself attracted to that energy. You want to follow. You want to be in their space. You want to be in their energy. You want to attune to everything that they bring to the table because you recognize how powerful it is. Often it's not even conscious. It's subconscious. Subconsciously, we naturally follow the leaders, right? But a leader is not someone who appoints themselves as a leader. And this is really important. So this is not about you saying, I am a leader. Actually, that reminds me of a Tony Robbins event I went to, and he got us all shouting, I am a leader. And it's no. This is not about appointing yourself as a leader. And it's certainly not about telling other people what to do as a leader, because that's not true leadership. That's dictatorship. And we've already seen plenty of that in the world. True leadership happens when you lead yourself first. And in leading yourself first, in being in integrity, in managing your emotions, in holding yourself to that higher vision, in really tapping into your vision, your purpose, and walking that pathway each day, in being the example that you want to set for the world. When you show up in that energy, when you claim that self-leadership for yourself, and you lead yourself each and every day without you having to do anything, without you having to go and find anybody or say, I am a leader, people are going to start following you. People will start joining your space. People will start saying, wow, I don't know what it is about whoever it might be, Deborah, Sally, Martina, Suzanne, but there's something about her. There's something about her. I want to work with her. I want to have her as my coach. I want to be in her space. I want to read her stuff. I want to know what she knows. I want to get inside her mind, and I want to be able to embody all of that for myself because she looks like she's cracked the code. Leadership is not about perfection. And this is one of the biggest mistakes that we make when it comes to leadership. Number one, we think that being a leader is about appointing ourselves as a leader. It is not. A true leader doesn't need to appoint themselves as a leader. They lead themselves and others choose to follow. They choose to follow because they're inspired. They choose to follow because they're excited. They choose to follow because they go, wow, there is something about this person. Like, I want to be within this person's sphere of influence. So that's the first thing. The second thing is we often don't see ourselves as leaders because we put leaders on pedestals. To be a leader, you need to be perfect. And I am not perfect. I'm not perfect. I'm not sure about you, but I can certainly look at myself every single day in the mirror and be like, I know that I have these areas of growth. This isn't perfect. This isn't perfect. This isn't perfect. But I also know that I'm doing the best that I can. I also know that I walk my talk. I also know that if I fall off the wagon one day and I have a little temper tantrum or whatever it might be, I'm going to pull myself up. I'm going to look at what happened. I'm going to learn and evolve from it. I know that if you were a little spider on the wall, you would see the same Claire every single day that you see right here. And that doesn't mean that I've always got my together. Like I have my days. Oh God, I told you on Friday, I had my day when I went to the dentist and I was like, but I pulled myself off the floor and I'm constantly leading myself. So it is not about perfection. And we need to not put leaders on pedestals, because if we put a leader on a pedestal, they're going to disappoint us, because we're all human. And that means no matter what, we are always going to make mistakes. We can show up every single day as the best version of ourselves and still make mistakes. But do we deal with those mistakes that we made the best way that we can? Do we learn from those mistakes that we made the best way that we can? Yes, yes, and yes. So as women in this space, as impactful coaches, we need to start with really thinking about, how am I leading myself? Am I truly leading myself first? Not from a place of I need to be perfect, but from a place of I need to be honorable. I need to be in integrity. I need to be walking my talk. One of the biggest mistakes people make when it comes to building a business is they think, what do I need to show the world? What should I be posting so people want to work with me? What should I be posting so people want to buy from me? What should I be posting so people want to come and join me in this program, in this thing, doing that other thing over there? And so they're constantly just creating something and projecting it out there. Create, project, create, project, create, project. And when people do that, it misses the magic. Because even on social media, and I really want this to kind of hit home for you, especially those of you who might have been struggling with social media. It's not about really what are the posts that I can write and the things that I can say that's going to just attract all the dream clients. What it's really about is, who am I being? And how do I just give myself permission to share that with the world? Who am I being? And how do I just get to share that with the world? So it's not about, I need to write a powerful post about something today. What should I do? Instead, it's, you know what? This is on my mind today. Like, this happened. Or I could take Friday as an example, like feeling the fear and going into victim mentality. Friday, I could have easily written a post around how We all have things that we fear in life, and sometimes we face those fears, but then things still go wrong. And in those moments, it is so easy to fall into victim mode. On Friday, I was so angry with the dentist that I saw. I was like, how dare he? He's broken my tooth. He's caused all these problems. It's not fair. And I felt, I felt this horrible energy inside of me because I was so angry at him. That's not self-leadership. That's not helping me. But I can be honest in that. And then I can share in that what I did to help refine my pathway. So how did I start to shift that? Because I didn't just sit with it. I didn't just go, I am so freaking angry and I'm just going to stay angry because I just get to be. I was like, oh my God, I feel all of this anger inside of me. I can feel that I'm in victim mode. Like, what do I need to shift? Where do I need to put my focus? Like, what's the magic here? What am I not seeing? Like, where's my growth zone? How can I take radical responsibility here? What's my role in this? How can I start shifting through this energy? So I'm giving this as an example of a moment when I certainly wasn't at my best by a long shot, but I could still be me, being the best version of me possible in the moment. And I could simply share that with the world because I choose to share that. In the same way that when I'm on my highs and I've just like something incredible's happened and I choose to write a post and share that, when I've dropped into like just that like magic and I want to share that feeling with the world, like how it feels. So it's not about I'm going to write these things and create these things and post it out there in order to attract all the people that I can. It's actually, who am I being? Who am I being? And as this person, as this woman, what do I choose to share? What do I want to tell you that I believe is actually going to help you? What do I want to tell you from my own life that's real and true that I think will inspire you because it inspired me? What are the things that I want to share that have been aha moments on my journey and have helped me transform the business that I'm building, my own mindset, the woman that I am today? So this all ties back in to this one thing, self-leadership. Because when we are leading ourselves first, we are literally creating the life every single day that our clients wish they could create, that our clients desire to create. Imagine being the woman who wakes up in the morning feeling filled with purpose. Lots of you will already do that. It's probably not hard to imagine, right? Because lots of you are already here. So you wake up in the morning, you feel filled with purpose, you feel excited about your day, you run through some of the things that are happening in your day and you're like, oh my God, like I can't wait for this, and I can't wait for this, and I can't wait for this. You get up feeling aligned and you've got space. You go down, you make yourself a beautiful cup of coffee and it has a bit of a ritual around it, and you breathe in the aroma and you feel yourself present in the moment, and you take some deep breaths and you ground yourself. You hear your kids or your animals or whoever playing in the background, and you just like feel that little light inside of you of like, oh my God, how lucky I am to live this life. You go on the school run and you see some mums and you're like, hey, hi. You go get your Starbucks and the women at Starbucks know you and they're like, hey, same order as usual. And you come back to your office and you have some time, you do some journaling, you think about the things that you want to create next, you connect in with incredible clients, you read some of the messages that are in your inbox from clients who are like, Claire, I've just had this win, or Claire, I've just like even this morning I had one client who was like, Claire, I've just sold 6 places on my new program. I had another one who was like, oh my God, I've just like totally nailed all my exams and I've now got space to do this. I've got another, like there was just all of these beautiful messages in there. And it's like, and then I get to show up here and take you through a teaching and training that I'm so passionate about that is basically exploding out of me. And you can probably see that, right? Like when I teach, it's just like, it's like this overflow of information and knowledge that and transformation that I want to share with you, right? And then after this, I check in with my team. I've then got a mastermind call. The women on that call are incredible. It absolutely lights me up to talk to them. Then I'll go pick my daughter up from sort of like this is the person I get to be. This is the life that I've created for myself. And there are so many parts of this life that I feel so grateful for. It didn't happen fast and it didn't happen easily. Like I had to learn to become this version of me who could build this life and build this business, who could build a £1 million business 5 years ago, I would have laughed at you if someone said, oh yeah, 5 years time, Claire, this is going to be you, and you're going to be able to holiday here and here and here, and you're going to be able to have like proper time off, and you're going to be able in total flow. You're going to like, I'd have just been like, yeah, right, I wish. Please, God. So I'm sharing this not to be like, look at me, because actually I'm sharing this because it's like, wow, if I can do it, you can so do this. You can so do this. I didn't used to believe for a moment. I didn't have any of this vision at one point. And so I'm sharing this because, one, I want you to realize how possible it is for you. But two, I want you to realize that the secret to it is being the woman. It's learning to lead yourself first. You can feel the passion and inspiration through the screen. You give me hope. Good, because I believe that you can do this 100%. I know that you can, because I am just the normal person, warts and all, ups and downs. Like I am me. You know, and I think that so often we look at people who are building businesses and we think that we're separate from them. We think, oh, like I could never do that like they do. And I'm not suggesting that people look at me in this way, but I certainly never imagined that I could build this business. And so if you don't imagine right now that you can, like, just keep on going, because I guarantee you that you can. But we need to master the art of leading ourselves first. And when we do this, everything changes. When we do this, we are literally being the woman who. When we do this, we get to just share our life and share the things that we're passionate about, rather than feeling like we're searching for people on social media and what can I say and what can I post that's going to bring people to me. It's when we become magnetic in our businesses. It's when we can drop deeper and hold an even more powerful space for our clients. It's when people start raving about us and telling their friends and saying, oh my God, like you need to go and see this woman, or you need to come and join this thing, or I've been having coaching with this person and it's absolutely incredible. It's when literally the magic starts to happen. And the most incredible thing is, it doesn't need to take a lot of time. It doesn't need to take a year, 2 years, 5 years. It can happen now. It can happen within the next couple of weeks, the next couple of months. Your life can be completely transformed. So the area of self-leadership, I think, can sometimes be a difficult area to touch upon, because we're not perfect and we do make mistakes. And there will be areas in our lives, in all of our lives, me included, where we're out of integrity. So even when I was writing this training last night for you, and I was going through it, and I stopped and I asked myself, okay, where am I in integrity with my self-leadership right now? And where am I out of integrity? What areas of my life right now are out of integrity? And I came up with 2 areas. The first is actually with exercise. So I go for a walk every single day. It's really important to me. I do it in the evening. I go out for an hour, sometimes 2 hours, and I walk, because I just love walking. I love being in nature. I love the peace, the quiet, all of it. So I go for a long walk every day. So it's not like I'm just sat on my bum all day, right? But I actually love yoga, and I love dance, and I love all these things, and I'm not in a regular routine, and I haven't got somewhere that I'm going. I was like, one of the things that I'm not doing, a way that I'm not looking after myself as fully as I believe that I should be right now, is in the exercise and the movement and that little element. I was like, this is an area where I'm not fully leading myself, and I need to step up to the table and I need to do something about it. So I was like, okay, this is one area. The other area is with something in my business that I've been saying I'm going to do for ages, and I haven't done it. I'm like, okay, this is the second area. So these are the 2 areas where I get to step into my self-leadership even more and deal with these things, so I can look at my life and I can say I am in total integrity right now. So I've so gone off track, by the way. So this is what we want to do. We want to be able to say, this is who I am, and I like who I am. We want to be able to say, this is what I stand for, and I believe in what I stand for. We want to be able to say, these are my strengths. This is what I have to give to the world. And we want to be able to say, these are my weaknesses, and this is where I get to grow. So again, It's not about perfection. It's not about being on a pedestal, but it is about being the woman who. And in doing this, it's going to transform your business. So where do you feel like you are with self-leadership right now? Do you feel like there's areas that you could grow? Do you feel like there's areas where you could step into claiming yourself more fully, where you could believe in yourself a little bit more, where you could actually embrace your strengths, where you could see your magic, where you could be more loving towards yourself, where you could be in more gratitude around everything that you're doing, instead of perhaps beating yourself up about what you haven't done right? Because I think that when I think about me 5 years ago, 10 years ago, these are some of the ways that I wasn't leading myself. I didn't fully believe in me, and I wasn't doing the work to change that. My self-talk was terrible. I was always telling myself like, oh, that's such a stupid thing. Why would people like that? My self-talk was really negative. I would constantly be beating myself up about what I hadn't done, and I was never really appreciating what I had done. I was avoiding conversations. So where things would happen in my life, I would sometimes put my head in the sand and avoid it rather than actually dealing with it. When fear came in, I would sometimes respond in fear rather than being in abundance. In fact, if I'm honest, the cup half full, I was definitely cup half empty. Get it right. I was cup half empty, not half full. And I was responding to things in my life from a place of fear, not from a place of abundance. So I was still a good person. I still cared about what I was doing. I was still looking after my family. I was still doing what I thought was the best that I could, but I was definitely not leading myself first. And this is one of the places that when I began doing this, my own business exploded. It transformed virtually overnight. And the more that I've gone back and thought about what happened, what was that switch that was flicked? What happened in my own life that took me from literally struggling coach and going, oh my God, maybe I'm going to have to go back to teaching and find a job, to being able to go, okay, like the first step was 5K months, hitting 5K months again and again and again before my business then took another leap and another and another and another. I was like, what was it that changed? Well, the thing that really changed, the thing that changed first, was that I began to lead myself. So this is what we want to dive into. What makes a true leader? What makes a true leader? I'm going to take you through 5 things. There are 5 super simple things, and I want you to think about these things for yourself. So think about, okay, not from a place of beating myself up, not from a place of diminishing myself, not from any of that. Where am I in these areas, and how can I maybe step into them more fully? Because here's the thing. You are already a leader. You wouldn't even be here if you weren't. You are leading yourself already. So much more than 99.9% of the people out there. You are far more conscious. You've done way more of the inner work. You have more integrity. Oh my God, you made it to day 3 of a free event. How many people actually do that? Not many, let me tell you. So just the fact that you're here, just the fact that you're investing your time in yourself, you could be having a coffee with friends, you could be watching the TV, you could be doing God knows what, right? But you're not, you're here. So I know already that you have a level of self-leadership beyond what most people do. You're already doing so much better. So I just want you to notice that within yourself. You're already ahead of the crowd. And we get to grow even further, because the more we step into self-leadership, the more impactful we are, the more magnetic we become, and the more quickly our own coaching practice can grow and evolve into a thriving, beautiful thing. So this is not about beating yourself up. This is about celebrating yourself for how far you've already come. So just notice that, please notice that. And we get to say 1 foot in gratitude, 1 foot in desire. Wow, I'm so freaking proud of myself. Look at how far I've come. Look at how much I've stepped into me. Look at this journey that I've been on. We get to do that. And then we get to say, and I get to desire the next level. I desire to go even further. I desire to go even deeper. I desire to become even more of me. I desire to step into being the woman who, in an even bigger way, knowing that I have a bigger purpose, knowing that there is so much that I was put here on this planet to do. So, the 5 things, super simple. Number 1, walk the talk. Walk the talk. Leaders walk the talk. Leaders don't just, you should do this, you should do this, you should do this. I mean, God, like we just need to look here in the UK, we just need to look at our own government, right? Like, what an outstanding example of leadership. You all probably know what I'm talking about. But, you know, it's a joke. So it might sound like walking your talk when you lead yourself is an easy thing to do, except most people don't do it. Most people are really good at telling other people what to do. And this is one of the issues in the coaching world, because we have a lot of coaches or a lot of people who call themselves coaches, whether they've done training or not, who tell people what to do. They tell their clients what to do. But are they doing it themselves? If someone tells you what to do and you know in your heart of hearts that they're not doing this, are you likely to do it? Or are you likely to say, forget that? We do not do well when we're told what to do by someone who is not living, breathing, embodying this themselves, because we know it. We are intuitive beings. We are energetic beings. Like we know, we read people's energy before a word comes out of their mouths. So we know when someone's in integrity. And when someone says to us, well, you just need to start showing up more authentically on social media. If we don't believe they are, and if we think they're full of, then we're not going to do a damn thing about it, because we're going to be like, well, what do you know? I don't actually think that you're doing that. So why should I do that? So a leader, a true leader, when we're leading ourselves first, a leader walks their talk. Now, I had a kick up the arse with this one a number of years ago. It was about 4 years ago that I'd already had some like leaps forward around it. But I had one that was huge. I had a friend, a close friend, who had also been a client at some points. I'd done some coaching with this person. And then we'd become friends afterwards and we'd stayed in touch. And this person committed suicide. It was completely out of the blue. We didn't have a clue. I didn't have a clue. And it hit me really hard. But and I won't go into that, but one of the things that came from this is I felt that person with me. I felt that person who I cared deeply about with me every single day. And I had this like thought one day, and I was like, oh my God, if this person, I'm not going to say their name, if this person is here with me, following me around, like if they really are here, and I believe that they were in many, many ways, a lot of the time, what do they think of me? Now that they see the Claire who gets out of bed in the morning, the Claire who gets in the shower, the Claire who might occasionally have an argument with her husband, the Claire who might forget things or might drop the ball or, you know, might mess up somehow, the Claire who, I don't know, whatever it might be, would they feel proud to be connected to me? Would they look back and go, wow, like she was my friend, she was my coach, like she was all of these things in my life? Or would they be like, oh, she's not what I thought? And that thought came about when I had an argument with my husband. I'm not really an arguing person, but I had an argument with my husband and I was mean. And I said things that I didn't mean to say, as we all do at times. And afterwards I thought, oh, what would this person think of me? If they were in the room watching, what would they think? Was I in integrity with how I dealt with that issue? And so it gave me the kick up the bum to start practicing, really practicing, next level practicing what I preach and what I teach. Because I absolutely believe that that person was with me for a good 6 months, watching my every move. They had their eye on me, and it was I believe it was their biggest gift to me, which was, hey, Claire, there's places in your life where you're not in integrity, and you get to step up into this in a bigger way. And it was an incredible gift, and it grew me beyond belief. And guess what? My business grew too. Not because of any of the strategies that I was doing, not because I'd learned any secret sauce, not because suddenly I'd figured out this magic formula or this thing or any of those things, but because suddenly I really needed to walk my talk. Suddenly it mattered who I was behind closed doors. Even if it was behind closed doors and there was no other human there, it mattered. What am I doing? Who am I being? What am I choosing? Am I in integrity? Am I living my life as I want to be? Am I in my truth? And this really transformed me inside in a huge way. It really helped me to see where the gaps were. And honestly, everything shifted and changed from there. I wasn't going to tell you this story. It's just going to come out. I wasn't going to share this at all. It wasn't on the plan. So it's interesting that it's just kind of, and obviously I do feel it is emotional, and perhaps I should have had a trigger warning or something. If I knew I was going to share it, I'd have probably said trigger warning. So I apologize. I hope it's not upsetting anyone. I hope anyone who it is upsetting, you can see the beauty in this and the gift in this, and how it's such an incredible thing. Because that's how it feels for me. It was one of the biggest gifts I could have got in my life. So she says, take a deep breath. Back to the notes. A person who is leading themselves first walks their talk. Number one. And it might seem simple. It might seem like such a simple thing, but it will transform your life in every single way. Number two, someone who leads themselves first is forever growing and evolving. They are on that journey of life. We get to grow, we get to evolve, but we get to do it from a place of, I choose to explore more. I choose to discover new depths. Like, I'm choosing this rather than I need this. So we don't grow from a place of, I'm not good enough. We grow from a place of like, wow, I'm so grateful for all that I am. And how exciting is it that I get to be even more, and I get to discover new parts of myself, and I get to stretch myself even further. So a leader is always growing. A true leader is never going to just stand there and be like, I'm all done. I'm done, thank you. I am perfect. Put me on the pedestal because I have gone through all my learning in life. I am the master and I can answer all of your questions. Like, a true leader is never, ever going to say that. I'm just going to blow my nose. I'm sorry. Huh. So, ever evolving and growing. Number three, they are one step or more ahead of the people they're supporting. So, I think so often in coaching, women diminish themselves. They think, oh, I can't possibly help those people because I'm not far enough yet. We tell ourselves we're not ready. We hold ourselves back, but actually they're the exact people you should be coaching. So often when coaches are looking for clients, they look at clients who are at the very beginning of their journey, who are just starting out, who are way down there. But actually you don't need to work with the people who are way down there. You need to work with the people who are here, just one step behind you, because you can relate to them. They can relate to you. You can really tap into being able to help them, and they're going to be so much more ready to have your help because they're not at the beginning. So we don't necessarily want to build a coaching practice full of people. Sorry, I need to sneeze now. God, it's all going on. Sorry. Issue. One more. happening in this training today. So we don't necessarily want to kind of find the people who've never heard of coaching and tell them why coaching is so amazing and why they need to be coached by us and why we're going to be able to change their lives with this and this and this and this and this. We want to find people who are literally just here, just a little bit behind us. So let's say, for example, that you're building a business and you've had consistent 5K months for the past 6 months. Why not teach people how to have consistent 5K months? Because you're there. You can. Can you teach people how to have a 6-figure business? Well, not really, not in integrity because you're not there yet. But you can absolutely teach people how to have consistent 5K months. And that's beautiful. If you've finally, let's say something about your health, right? Let's say you've just ran your first mile and you want to help mums get ready to run their first marathon is the word that I had in mind. You've just run your first marathon. So you've been through the training, you've been through the learning, you had to go through massive mindset shifts in order to do that. And you're like, I'm going to help mums get ready to run their first marathon. So they feel fit again, so they reclaim their health, so they find time for them, so that they blah, 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 blah. Do you need to be the person who's run 100 marathons and is like the all-star coming in first, all of those things in order to do that? No, because the mum who's never ran a marathon before, the mum who's never even ran a mile before, the mum who just doesn't run is not going to relate to that person, but she will relate to the person who's like, hey, I am a mum. I lost my fitness when I was looking after the babies. I wanted to reclaim it. I began to run. I ran my first mile, my first 5 miles, my first 10 miles. And recently I did my first marathon, and I want to help you do the same. Is that mum who's not done it yet going to resonate with that mum? Hell yes. Absolutely yes. So what this ties into this one or more steps ahead. 1 or more steps ahead. That's all. Not 10 steps, not 20 steps, not 30 steps. Don't coach down to, don't have to coach down. Actually coach just to the side of you. Does this make sense? So they can support people. They're 1 step ahead of their clients or more. Number 4 is they are aware and conscious. I think this is one of the key things for us as coaches. We're constantly evolving our consciousness. The secret to living life on purpose is evolving our consciousness. So how can we be more conscious? How can we be more present? How can we be more aware? The more that we can grow our consciousness, the more we notice, the more choice we have, the more we decide, no, this is the pathway that I'm on. The more quickly we can pull ourselves up when something goes wrong. The more quickly we can change direction. The more quickly we can support people. The more quickly we notice if there's a problem, right? So we're constantly evolving our awareness and our consciousness. We're being as conscious as we possibly can be. And number 5, they have a clear vision. So where is it that I'm going? A purpose. Why is it that I'm going there? And they're in alignment with that. This is where I'm going. This is why I'm going there. And I'm taking aligned action. I can see some of your comments coming through, by the way, and I just want to say, mwah, 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 mwah. I'm sending you so much love. Thank you for your comments, and I'm sending you so much love back. Okay, so these are some of the areas where we get to grow into our leadership a little bit more, where we get to lead ourselves even more fully. So I want to share with you the attraction trifecta. Okay, so grab a piece of paper, and I want you to, I need to blow my nose again. I don't like blowing my nose on camera. It feels very unladylike. Oh, well, it is what it is. So grab a piece of paper. I want you to draw a triangle on your piece of paper, and at the top I want you to write the attraction trifecta. Da, 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 da. Here's one I didn't make earlier. Now at the top you're going to write leader, like so. On the side, you're going to write, well, not on the side, in the bottom corner, you're going to write coach, like so. And on the other corner, you're going to write mentor, coach/teacher. Like so. This is our attraction trifecta. This is the magic combination that all of the people out there in the self-development world have mastered. I want you to think about anyone who's playing big in the self-development world, any single person. And as I was about to say, I guarantee you that all of them have mastered this attraction trifecta. I think they will have. Like, I probably shouldn't just guarantee it, though. That might be stretching a bit too far. But everyone that I could think of when I came up with this had mastered this trifecta. So think about your leadership. Leadership is at the top. So Tony Robbins, I mean, I've done lots of work with Tony Robbins, so he comes to mind first. Is he a leader of himself? Hell yes. Hugely. Is he a coach? Yes. He's coaching people all the time. He's coaching people in all the different roles he plays. He lives life as a coach. Is he a mentor and a teacher? Yes. So does he fit the attraction trifecta triangle? Yes. Is that one of the reasons why people are so magnetized to him? Yes. Let's think about Gabrielle Bernstein. I never quite know how to say her name. So is she a leader? Yes, she practices what she preaches. She's in alignment. She's in integrity, all of the things. She's absolutely a leader. She leads herself always. Is she a coach? Yes, she might not use the term, the word coach, but she's absolutely a coach. She coaches herself. She coaches her clients. She coaches in the books that she writes. Is she a mentor and a teacher? Absolutely, yes. Who else can I think of? I wrote some other people down. Jen Sincero, I don't know if you know her. She wrote I Am a Badass. Brilliant book. Is she a leader? Yes. Is she a coach? Yes. Is she a mentor or teacher? Yes. Gretchen Rubin, I don't know if you've read her book. Is she a leader? Yes. Is she a coach? Yes. Is she a mentor and teacher? Yes. T. Harv Eker, Eckhart Tolle, like all of the people that I could think of fit this attraction trifecta. This is what makes them magic. It's this combination. And all of you have this combination within you, but it's about bringing it to life. It's about naming it. It's about claiming it in an even bigger way. It's about fully stepping into it. So this trifecta of leadership, coach, mentor, and teacher, these are kind of the powerhouses that are going to give structure to your business. Self-leadership, you're walking your talk, you're being the person, and you're simply just sharing that with the rest of the world. People will feel it, people will see it, you will magnetize your dream clients. You have become an impactful coach. You know how to hold that space. You've got this whole toolbox. You can ask powerful questions. You can dance in the conversations that you have with your clients. You are intuitive in that space. You can read people's energy. I haven't even touched on this yet, but reading people's energy is also part of this, right? Like, we are all energetic beings, and being able to energetically read our clients is also going to help. So all of that comes into the coach segment. And then the mentor teacher this is the wisdom that you have, the knowledge that you've learned, the life experiences that you've been through. So you can say, hey, let me tell you a story. Or you can say, you know what? I know this person who did this person who did. Or you can say, you know what? Have you considered trying it like this rather than trying it like this? So it allows you to step out of the role of coach and into the role of mentor and teacher, so you can bring even more to the table, speed up those results, and quantum leap your clients forward. So this is the attraction trifecta, and I wanted to share this with you today so you could see how these three parts of you work together to really help you stand out as a coach, to help you build a thriving coaching business, to help you build your brand as a coach. And I think that if you look into the coaching world, you will see that all of the leaders in the personal development world are owning this trifecta. It is so powerful. It is so magnetic. And I wanted to bring your attention to it so you're aware of this as you're moving forwards, as you're building the business. And it doesn't need to, this is not scary. This is all already within you. We've already covered the fact that you're already leading yourself first. You get to step into it in an even bigger way, though, because we all do. You are a coach at heart, otherwise you wouldn't be here. You wouldn't be drawn to this. You naturally want to help and support and guide people. So this is already in you. Again, it's how we step into it more fully, how we go deeper, how we utilize more of our gifts, how we activate more of the ways that we can support people within this role. And mentor and teacher, you are already that too. You will have already taught people in your life. You will already have mentored people in your life, whether you were conscious of it or not. But we bring in our conscious awareness of it, and we dance between the mentor, the coach, and the teacher all the time within our coaching. We learn to recognize when is the right moment to do this, because you can do this wrong. This is why it's a journey that we go on, because it's not always appropriate to share your stories with clients. It's not always appropriate to tell people about your experience. You need to know when is it appropriate, when is it going to help, and when is it not. So it's an art form that we learn. Being able to really activate the attraction trifecta is a powerhouse within building our coaching businesses that puts us head and shoulders above the rest. So I want you to think about this for yourself. It obviously ties into what we did yesterday. So you can see how we're building upon ourselves. And then the final thing that I want to share with you around this level of self-leadership is pretty much the icing on the cake. Because the other thing that comes into play here, and the other thing that's going to really help you grow your business, the other thing that's going to help you become magnetic to clients, the other thing that's going to help you become a really powerful coach is calibration. Because when you are leading yourself, when you are at least one step ahead of your clients, when you have mastered the art of coaching and can step between coaching and mentorship and teaching, clients are going to be able to calibrate to your energy. Who knows what I mean by that? I'm going to explain what I mean, but who already knows what I mean? So calibration, attunement is another word for it, is when one energy brings itself to match the other energy. So it's when one energy is vibrating in a really clear level, in a really clear, beautiful way, and the other energy rises to match it. So we know that calibration happens because it happens within women. Groups of women who live together, who spend a lot of time together, all have their period at the same time, right? We know that happens. They all attune to each other's, I've forgotten the word. They all attune to each other's hormones, basically. Their hormones are in rhythm with each other. So it happens within women. If you have two guitars, if you put a guitar on one side of the room and if you put a guitar on the other side of the room, and if you strum, like tweaked a string, if you strummed a string on one of the guitars, that same string on the other guitar would also vibrate. This is attunement. This is calibration. This happens energetically all of the time, whether we know it or not. Those of you who are empaths are specifically, especially sensitive to this, because that's what's happening. Someone is in this energy, and without even knowing it, you can often attune to that energy yourself. You vibrate at the same frequency. Now, we all know that everything is energy. I'm energy, your energy, this table's energy, the whole universe is energy. Energy is basically vibration. It's a frequency. So when we start to be conscious and aware of the frequency that we are living in, who I am being has a frequency. As a woman with £1 million business, I hold a frequency. The more powerfully I hold that frequency, the more that you can attune to that frequency. So it's not just about what I learn and what I go and do, but you actually energetically will attune to my frequency. And this is what creates quantum leaps in terms of results. This is where people create results beyond what you would deem normal or possible. And it's because they've calibrated to that energetic frequency of the person who is leading themselves. And this is why it is so important that you work with the right coach. Because if you work with a coach who is not on a great frequency, who is not attuned to that level and able to hold the frequency of what you desire, you're going to be attuning to a frequency that is out of sync. And I learned this the hard way before I knew any of this, before I understood about the law of attraction, before I understood about frequency and attunement and calibration. I worked with some coaches who were very much just focused on the strategy. They weren't bothered about the energy. They weren't bothered about the beingness. They weren't bothered about the emotion, the journey, the mindset, all the things that light me up and are really important to me. They were just like strategy. And so I naturally attuned to them. And then I was like, this feels uncomfortable. This doesn't feel right. This isn't the frequency I want to be tuned to. This isn't the frequency for me. My frequency needs to be one that plays in the unseen. My frequency needs to be one that knows that there is more than what we know available. My frequency doesn't want to play in what's logical and what's expected. My frequency wants to tune into unlimitless possibility. I absolutely know that the sky is not the limit, that we can achieve anything that we desire, that we are powerful beings, that we get to step more into ourselves, that there is literally magic at play here. So I don't want to attune to someone who doesn't believe any of that, or I am totally out of alignment with myself, with my vision, with my purpose. So the other part of this is when you are leading yourself first, purposefully, consciously, on purpose, and you've got the skills of coaching and the skills of teaching and mentoring, and you bring together this powerful trifecta, you will also be calibrating each and every one of your clients to your frequency. And that means they're going to feel it, they're going to see it, they're going to experience it, and they're going to share it with everyone else. So the magic of calibration happens when we step into self-leadership. Final thing I want to do with you today, we've gone over as usual. Final thing, and then I'm going to talk to you about the Impactful Coach program because I want to tell you a bit of detail about that. We're going to do this really quickly. I want you to take a deep breath. I want you to bring your energy to you. And I want you just to settle your energy within yourself. In your mind's eye, you imagine opening your eyes and you see your face in a mirror. You look into your own eyes through the mirror. You notice the detail of your face. You notice your hair. You notice how you stand. You continue looking at you. And as you look at you, there's a ripple that happens through the mirror. And suddenly the person looking back is a little bit different. It's still you, but she stands a little bit taller. Her energy feels like it flows through the mirror. There's something about this version of you that you know innately is different, but you're just not sure what. And as you look into the eyes of this other version of you, you feel yourself being sucked through the mirror into this version of you. And as you land in this body, suddenly you know what's different. This is the version of you who is fully embodied. This is the version of you who walks her talk. This is the version of you who is so keyed in to your vision, your purpose, your mission, your why. The passion flows from you. You are so excited and lit up about life. You have absolute belief that you can do this, and you have absolute belief in all of the clients and all of the work that you do. As this version of you, you wake up excited each and every day. As this version of you, you play out fully. You own life. You enjoy life. You say yes to the opportunity that life gives you. You're able to play in the abundance that life has to offer. You take those steps forward in gratitude, in desire, in gratitude, in desire, and you become more of yourself every single day. And so you just feel that energy. You notice that the frequency is a little bit different. You notice that the energy has changed just a little. It's not huge changes. It's not big. It's not like you've suddenly become a totally different person. It's like you've dropped deeper into who you truly are, deeper into the woman that you were born to be. You have claimed a new level of personal power. You've claimed a new level of radical self-responsibility, and you have claimed a new level of belief. You have stepped into the potential, the possibility, the magic, the limitlessness, and you feel it vibrating through your entire being. You feel it tingling through your fingers. You feel it tingling through your toes. You feel it flowing through your entire body, and you feel so alive, so much more alive than you have before. And it's in this energy that you decide to step back into the world. It's in this energy that's dropped more in, more tuned into the potential of you, that you begin building your dream business, knowing that everything is possible, knowing that nothing can stop you, and knowing that you are born for more. Just allow yourself to feel those feelings, and when you're ready, you can open your eyes and come back into this space. How does that feel? I was going to do a longer one with you, but because of the time, I just wanted to do a quick one so that you still got to just tap into that magic a little bit. So today, you do have a workbook to do. There are tasks to do on that workbook. As usual, I'd love you to fill them in, take a photo of it, share it in the thread. It's an easy one today. I think you're going to find it pretty easy, and it's going to feel fun. So yesterday was a bit of a bigger task. Today's an easier one. For those of you who want to hear about the Impactful Coach Program, that's what I'm going to share with you now. I'm going to talk you through a little bit more detail about how it works, who it's for, what it looks like. I'm going to share the link. I'm also going to send that out on email. I'm also going to be sharing it into the group. So, as I said, this is my deepest, most powerful program ever. This program lived within me for about 10 years before I was brave enough to birth it into the world. For those of you who don't know my journey, at the beginning of my coaching journey, 15 years ago in New Zealand, I trained as a coach, and then I had the opportunity to work to teach as a coach. So I was given a place at a coach training school, and I trained new coaches. I was also given a place in an NLP training school, and I trained people in NLP. So this is like 14 years ago. And I enjoyed it. I loved it because I loved teaching, but I would see the people going through it because I had to teach a set curriculum. It wasn't my curriculum to teach. I had to teach them the curriculum that I was given. And all the time, I knew that there was magic missing. Even then, 14 years ago, I knew that one day I would create a coaching program that not only covered all of those basics and all those things, but went so much deeper and could do so much more. And so that program literally sat inside of me for over 10 years. And last year, I got brave enough to actually create it. So last November, we launched the very first Impactful Coach program, and it was a game changer. It was a powerhouse of a program. The training in it is incredible beyond belief. And I say that not because I'm saying like I created this training, but I truly believe that this training came through me. I truly believe that I was a conduct for this training to come through. So this isn't just training that's come from me. This is training that I believe that has come from a higher source and that was channeled through me for this program. Within the program, I take you through every single thing you need to be a truly impactful coach, to be a limitless coach, to be a thriving coach, to be an abundant coach, to be a coach who truly walks her talk, who works with dream clients, who coaches powerfully, who coaches confidently, who lives the life of a coach. You set yourself free, you feel excited, you feel inspired, you choose who you work with and how you work. During this program, I'm going to teach you how to do one-on-one client work and one-to-many client work, because you get to choose. You might decide you just want to go one-to-one, or you just want to go one-to-many, or you want a beautiful combination of the two. During the program, I give you all the coaching tools because I think coaching tools are important. They're powerful. I'm going to teach you new ways to use those tools so that you can make them your own. So it's not like, oh, here's a tool that I learned, let me use it with you. It's like, hey, here's this thing that I've created, and I'm going to take you through this process because I know how powerful it is. And you're going to be able to design it specifically for you, for your clients, for your journey, so that it's really unique, so that it's really aligned to the coach that you are. This is about really finding who you are as a coach, the thing you're passionate about, like taking what we did yesterday, but going so much deeper and so much further with it. So you know exactly who you're working with. So you attract the exact dream client so that you can attract high-end clients. So this program is going to support you in becoming the impactful coach. The impactful coach who is confident in her coaching, who believes in herself, who works with people that she adores to work with, and who gets to change her life as she supports her clients in changing theirs. Within the program, there's not just the training that I take you through. So there's live training every single week. We're going to go deep. There's going to be so much that I teach you that you truly learn to embody during this program. You're also going to have the opportunity to have group coaching or Q&A sessions with me. So that happens as well. And on top of that, we have co-coaching sessions where you coach each other every single week on the things that we have dived into. So you know how it feels to go through that process, so that you go through a beautiful process of evolution yourself as you go through this program. So even if right now you're worried because you're thinking, oh my God, I don't know if I am fully embodied. I don't know if I am fully leading myself. Like I feel like I've got space, I need to grow here. I've got you, because you're going to go through that journey as we go through this program together. By the end of the program, you're going to have all the tools. You're going to have your beautiful, abundant coaching business. You're going to know how to position yourself powerfully as a coach, how to show up, how to attract dream clients, how to charge like aligned pricing, how to sell, you're going to know how to do absolutely everything that you need. This program's for people who are just starting out as a coach. So if you know you desire it, you know you want to be on this journey, then yes, this will set you off in a way that you can't even imagine. But it's also for those of you who've already been coaching. Maybe you've just been coaching in your own way. Maybe you've had no training, but it just came innately to you. But you want to be able to go deeper. You want to be able to go further. You know that there's so much more available. Or maybe you've been through a traditional coaching program and you know there's just a bit of magic missing, and you want that magic and you want to be able to tap into it in a bigger way. So this is a super powerful journey. I'm going to share, if Stephanie's on with me, I'm going to get her to share the sales page so you can read through the information. As I said, there's special bonuses and things in place. So right now there's early bird pricing and fast action bonuses, and there's something else available. I forgot what it is. So if you join before Friday midnight, you're going to get all of that. You're going to get the lowest pricing that you can on this. You're going to get all of the bonuses. You're going to get the extra in-person event that's not even on the sales page. And if you join in the next 24 hours, you'll also get a one-to-one coaching session with me before the program begins. This is everything. You also have a Facebook group so that you're on that journey with the women together. Oh my God, I'm going to show you as we go through the week some of the photos of the last group who went through this. It was just incredible. It blew my mind. It made me feel like, oh, so much in gratitude for what all of us created together. It was such a powerhouse of a program. Now, it is an investment. And so I know that some of you will look at it and go, oh, but I believe in this investment. The whole idea of an investment is that you grow from it, that you can achieve more from it. An investment should make you money back. And I believe without a shadow of a doubt that it will. Not only that, when you start coaching in this way, when you begin being the impactful coach, and if you go through this program, you will become the impactful coach. You're only going to need 2, maybe 3 clients to pay back the investment. So I believe that every single one of you are able to go through this program. You're able to start working with clients. So I would expect, even if you're brand new to coaching, I'd expect you to be working with clients by week 5, week 6. Gaining momentum, bringing in money, really setting yourself up as an impactful coach. This is the opportunity that could change your life. And this is the opportunity that's going to allow you to support so many other people in changing their lives too. And that in itself is so fulfilling. But you need to receive for doing that work. The world does not need more broke coaches. The world needs coaches who are walking their walk, who are feeling empowered, who know how to receive richly for the work that they do, who get to live their life themselves as they support other people in doing that for themselves too. So there are 3 options when you go to that sales page. The first option is painful. So if you know you're on this, you want to grab a credit card, whatever it might be, you can pay in full, you're in. The second option is pay in installments. I know that most of you will not have the money sitting around to do this. Most people don't just have money in the bank. But if you know you want to do this, I wanted to make it easy, so there is an installment plan available on that page. The third button on that page is to book a call with me. So if you want to have a conversation, if you want to check this is aligned for you, if there's a quick question that you've got, you can book a call for me, or you can message me through my personal messenger, not the business page messenger, my personal messenger, Claire Macpherson, personal page on Facebook, Messenger. I am here to answer your questions. I believe in this program fully. I will be leading this program 100% myself, so you get all of me. This isn't other people who lead it. It's not like I show up and sell it and then I just give it to other people. Like, I'm here on this journey with you. I'm here to support you fully. And I cannot wait for the transformation that you go through, for the results that you create. And as I said, if you know that you're in, now is the time to do this, so that you get all the bonuses, so that you get the lowest investment price possible, so you get the one-to-one, so you get the in-person day, so you get all those beautiful, incredible, magical things. So go check out the page. You know where I am if you've got questions. Come and join me. It's going to be a powerhouse of a program. This is the opportunity to change your life and so many more people's lives at the same time. The world needs coaching now. Now more than any other time in its history, coaching is a vehicle that's going to re-empower the world, get the world back on track, step people back into their personal power, and together, one by one, we're going to create the future that we desire. It is not accredited with the ICF. And the reason that it is not accredited with the ICF is because I believe the ICF rules put you in a box. So I purposefully did not want to create a program that was accredited with the ICF. Years ago, I was an accredited coach with the ICF, and I decided that I didn't want to go that route. And so the way that I teach this is beyond what the ICF, for the ICF, you are not allowed to share your stories, listen to your intuition, bring all of this to the table. I want you to be a fully embodied coach. And I don't believe that the ICF allows you to do that. I believe that there's so much more available. I actually believe that the ICF is really old school. And I believe that this is a new paradigm of coaching. This is the paradigm of coaching that changes the world. This is a paradigm of coaching that puts wealth in the hands of women. Go have a look at the information. Stephanie, bless her, put the link there. The link's also in the group now, and I'll be sending out the link on email too. I will see you tomorrow. Gosh, it's been a full session today. We've done an hour and a half, so thank you so much for your time. Thank you for being here with me. I hope you've enjoyed today as usual. Tomorrow we have once again got a super powerful training. Tomorrow is about how you position yourself as a coach. So this is really important. How do you show the world the kind of coaching that you do? How do you attract the clients? How do you actually do that? So tomorrow is going to be about that. Friday, again, super powerful day. And if you haven't registered for the free masterclass on Tuesday, be sure to do that because it is limited places available. Right, I'm going to go have a sip of my coffee, sit down for a moment. Mwah! Sending you all so much love. Thank you for being here live with me. I will see you tomorrow. Bye.